guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. How have you guys been? I know I took a little bit of a break and we are back at it. I've decided we're gonna take a little break from our true crime podcast. That thing took me forever to record, and I feel like we just wasted a lot of time, and I feel like I need to launch a little bit more material for you guys rather than like I was doing like once a week, and then I was like, let me try the true crime podcast thing. And then now I'm going like 2 months for a video and I still don't get on it. It's a lot of work. No, nobody told me it was this freaking hard to memorize the whole story, and then you have to tell it again, and then throughout the whole recording you be forgetting how the story goes because I'm doing nails and I'm telling the story. I'm like, I totally am repeating myself over and over, or like I already said, usually it's the names. I always get the names wrong and the dates. So I was like, you know what? I'm pregnant right now. My brain is like my memories, right? My brain is like a goldfish brain right now. So I'm not gonna make life so hard on myself, and I feel like I need to launch more material for my YouTube subscribers because I feel like I've been shifting a lot of my love towards Instagram and TikTok, and I feel like it's not fair. I need to do my YouTube. So, guess what? After, me and V, we just had a class in Houston. If you guys took our Houston class, thank you for choosing us. And if you do not have, if you did not take our class yet, we will have another class coming up soon. So make sure you follow us on Instagram and YouTube. We will have the date posted as well as the location. So right now we don't have the date and location just yet, but we are having another one. And guess what? I came back from Houston with my class. V actually got me this hand, Vida Bella. I mean, not my belly is shaking the table. It's not me. Okay, so V is about to launch her silicone hand, and I'm telling you, when I saw this hand, I'm like, the details is crazy. I'm like, hold on, you guys actually added little hair on here as well. It's so cool, so realistic, and nobody told me this either, but how easy it is to record with these hands. I don't have to have it on the stand. I actually sit it on top of my table like a real hand because it has the thumb as well. And I never use the thumb. You guys know that I don't do my thumb. A lot of people ask in my videos when I post for TikTok and Instagram, they're like, can we see the thumb? I'm like, hold on, this is belly shaking again. This is the thumb and this is the 4 fingers. So I really don't do thumb. So when you guys ask for it, there's nothing to show. So this come with the thumb, and it's like the whole hand. So the whole hand is really easy for me to record. So look, I could drop video tutorial like twice a week now, but don't hold me accountable for that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna kind of show you guys what come in these box. Look how well the packaging is. And it's black, one of my favorite color. If I could have not polished to do all black, but you know they love the red, so we're gonna stick with that. So we come with this, and I know usually I have my other camera recording, I'll show it better. So I'm actually just gonna show you guys this box and how well it is, and I'm gonna record it differently so you guys can actually can you bring the camera closer? Mm-hmm. All right, so no, that's too close to my face. We're gonna, hey, we've been rusty, okay? Come on, flip the, I need you to record the hand. Come on, take the whole tripod.
Oh, you want the whole thing?
Yeah, take the whole. Me and you have been rusty. Oh, camera. There you go. Okay, how's that? Oh, back. Vida Bella. How cute is this name, Vida Bella? So cute. Hey, if you guys, and she will have all the instruction available on the website on how to use the hands. I know everybody's different on how they use their fake hands, so I'm just gonna go in what's in this box. But look at this hand. Are you guys ready? Bam! Look at this baby. It comes with a thumb. Usually I said no thumb for me, but look, I can just place it on the table and I can record all my videos and stuff like this. Look, no one told me that it was like this easy. If it was this easy, I would have launched you guys like 5 videos tutorial a week. No, I won't, but you know, you get the point. It's super realistic. Hold on, let me hold it for you guys. She kind of matched my color a little bit. So it comes with this hand. Look how beautiful this is. And then we're gonna have the, ooh, look at this, see? This is a game changer for me. It comes with all this practice tip where you can slide into the nails. And not only that, we have this and we have that, and they're actually gonna launch it pretty soon, and I don't know, I'm super excited about this one too. Let's unbox this one. Oh, look, secure packaging. We appreciate that, I know, because we do send out a lot of packages and stuff like that. I love a nice packaging. This is the practice hand primer, and then we're gonna have the tape, the double-sided tape. Look how thoughtful this is. And if you guys gonna get a hand from anybody, it has to be V. You know why? Because she and that practice hand has been giving us so much nail hope during the pandemic until now. I have a thumb. I mean, no, this is a middle finger. But look, it comes with another little finger as well. So if we are gonna invest ourselves in any practice hand, we have to really go for V. Nailed it. I mean, who could do this better than V, right? She probably used practice hands more than we have probably, and she came out with the perfect combo for us. So thank you, V, for the practice hand, and make sure you guys be on the lookout for the launch date. So let's get in the video and peace out. Hold on. Peace out. All right, guys. See you later. All right, guys. We're going to start out with the long coffin nail tips from Notpolish. And what I like to do is I like to trim the edges around right there to make it fit into the nail. And the reason why I'm using a larger nail tip is because I like to use the long coffin, but if I use the tip that fits it exactly to the nail bed, then the tip becomes too narrow at the tip for me. So and lately I've been into doing tapered square shape. So to get tapered square out of the long coffin is I'll get a tip that's actually larger, bigger than the nail bed itself, and then I'll trim it on the sides to make it fit perfectly. And doing it this way, when I cut the nails down, or when I do leave them a little bit longer, the tip of the nails doesn't get too narrow. Because if you notice, if you find a tip that matches exactly to the nail bed, and then you go to trim it off, especially if you're doing long nail, you go to trim it off, it'll become too narrow at the tip. And you know me, if you guys follow me on Instagram, love doing the tapered square. So this is how my technique of doing tapered square using the long coffin shape. And again, I just kind of trim a little bit of it. If you are worried that you might end up cutting one side too much, use a hand file to file the edges down to help with over trimming it. And then of course we're gonna go in with the sand and bend to kind of to flush the nail tip into the nail plates, so you don't have anything the clear nail tip sticking up when you're applying your acrylic. And I like to use a scissor to trim my nails across. And guys, to make sure that the length are even when I line up to cuticle to cuticle. I think I'm just getting way too excited because this is so much more easier than me trying to do the true crime podcast. Don't worry, I'll be back to it, but you know, it's I feel like I need to give you guys more content, and this is the faster way of me giving you guys content rather than me really struggling to record. It takes way too long to record, but I'll be back on it. And Look how beautiful this blue is. This is M58 and it's called Tropical. And then when I do multiple colors acrylic, multiple colors ombre, I always make it pretty thin, because we're gonna encapsulate it. Okay, we're gonna encapsulate it with crystal clear powder. So anytime that you know that you're gonna encapsulate the ombre, make sure you make it on the thinner side. And if you know that you're not going to encapsulate it, then you make sure that it's thick enough so it doesn't break as well. And with this powder, I'm just going to place it on there and then flatten out the top area and pull it all the way to the tip of the nail. And I am using a number 14 brush. I don't know if I mentioned this a lot. I use a number 14 brush, and I don't usually pinch my brush at all. I don't like to pinch my brush. I like to use it as it is. And with the Notpolish brush, this is the Notpolish aluminum handle brush, and it's the bristle is actually pretty thick. So even when I don't pinch it, it's kind of like it already has that flatten out form already for me, so it doesn't really need pinching. So I don't need to really pinch it at all. I'm just gonna work it in. I'm just gonna break it into it just like that. And after like 2 set of nails, and the way you store it, it's gonna when I store the brush, I just kind of press it really flat against the towel, and it's just gonna store it up, and it really hold its form after like 2 or 3 sets. And then you have it. You don't need to pinch it. The problem with pinching is, I know I mentioned this before, the problem with pinching is sometimes if you pinch it just a smidge wrong, when you go to apply your powder on the brush, like when you work the product down towards the tip of the nail, the product started splitting. So it actually like kind of split. So this number is from the Notpolish Bloomin On collection. It's like the pastel collection. And what I love about this collection is these colors literally will make your ombre super easy. Look at how easy it is to ombre it down. And then this is number 209 Tangle Orchid. And then we're just gonna ombre it down just like so. And again, if you guys see that when I place the bead on the nail, I won't pull it from all the way from the top. I pull it right in the middle of the bead. If you look closely, I'll pull it from the middle of the bead. That way I'm not pulling the product all the way, too much of it off the nail. And this gives me more of a control ombre. I notice some people, like when they put an ombre on and they drag it all the way from the top of the bead down, they end up moving too much of the product towards the tip of the nails and causing the ombre to look a little bit long. Does that make sense? All right, and then this is one of my favorite color. This is a pink, and is number 207. Is rose water. This is one of my favorite pink in the collection. And again, I've been using this pink a lot in a lot of my quick tutorials on like Instagram and TikTok. And if you guys do not follow me on Instagram and TikTok, you guys should, because I drop a lot of quick video tutorials, like a quick 1-minute video tutorial. And I like to create those because it doesn't take a lot of time, like when doing a whole hand. But guess what? With this hand, you guys can see that I don't have it like, okay, this is a game changer for me. I know this is not my first rodeo with a YouTube video, but I like to make things a little bit harder for myself. I have the other hands. It's not a full hand. It only has 4 fingers. And I always thought, hey, 4 fingers is probably easier because and as you can see, I don't have the thumb done as well. So I don't really I don't do the thumb, so I don't really use it. You can see I kind of left it empty. But with this complete hand, it's like a game changer for me. I don't have it on the clamp. I don't have it on a stand. And it's actually easier to work with than when I had it on the stand. How come nobody ever tell me this? Like, I had to learn the hard way. I literally made YouTube videos for like, 2 years? And I just figured it out this last week, like this week. And thanks to V. Thank you, V. You literally saved me. Now I'm gonna drop more contents for you guys, because this literally cut down my recording time so much. When I had the other hands and I had to stick it on the clamp, it constantly, like the clamp constantly kind of falls off, or it was really like hard for me to record because it was in the way. But with this hand, I can just place it directly on top of the table with nothing really stick to it, and it's kind of like working on a real client, but without being like, you know, the real client. It's really, really nice. I love it. Make it super easy for me. And then what I'm doing right now is I'm actually just going to encapsulate the clear acrylic on the whole ombre. And as you know, I don't look constantly, you know, when just like when you're working on your clients, when you constantly like kind of move their fingers around or their hands around to accommodate what is comfortable for you. Okay, when working on a client's on a real hand, make sure if their hand is positioned somewhere it's really uncomfortable for you, do kind of maneuver them back to where it's comfortable for you, because you're the one actually doing the nails, not them. And if you're doing nails uncomfortable, the set might not turn out like how you like it, or how not how you like it, but it probably won't turn out like how, yeah, kind of like how you like it, right? How they like it. So make sure you make what's comfortable for you. As long as you're not like causing discomfort for them, then it's fine. But usually clients are the one that cause really discomfort in our like shoulder or our hands, because they're fighting back, or the way they position themselves really in an awkward position, and it make it really hard for us. Okay. And then again, when we encapsulate it with crystal clear powder, I always make sure the bead of the crystal clear powder actually a little bit runnier than usual. And again, the reason why we do that is because we do not want air bubbles, or like, have you ever encapsulated a nail and then it looks fine, and then you go to put on the top coat and you can see like a line of like acrylic being like too dry? Yeah. Make sure when you encapsulate, pick it up a little bit runnier, but not like super runny, right? Where it's not workable. Oh, no. Yeah, where it's not workable. So make sure, I think that's a word, right? Workable. Okay, so make sure we don't encapsulate all the way to the cuticle either, because when you encapsulate all the way to the cuticles, you're making it way too thick at the cuticle. And what happens when you make it too thick at the cuticle, you end up actually filing to make it really, so you're gonna, when the acrylic is like really thick at the cuticle, you spend more time like blending it down and make it thinner. And the more you file around the cuticle, the more, when your client goes for like 2-3 weeks and then they come back, you will see like the product has like the grow out, the grow out has like a little indentation in the nail bed. That's called like the ring of fire, and then that's from over filing around the cuticle all the time. So, and plus we don't want it thick around the cuticle anyways. We want it a little bit thinner, so when it grows out, it actually blends into the nail bed. That's why it's very important that we get our application down. Okay. And I like to use my 5-in-1 cross bit to do the pre-shaping in the nails. If you guys notice, I don't really do hand filing a lot, and it helps me so much with my like carpal tunnel or like my shoulder pain, because once you apply the product on top of the nails, it helps that you keep the product pretty tapered. So do not get the shape all crazy, all super bulky, and then after you're done, the shape is super bulky, the acrylic is on super thick, and you go straight in with the hand file and you try to shape it. Now that takes too long, and it requires too much of strength, and that's gonna cause a lot of pain in your shoulder and your arms later on. That's why I like to pre-shape make sure, first thing first, make sure I apply my acrylic on pretty even, and then once that is on nice taper even, and then I'm gonna go in with the 5-in-1 cross bit to pre-shape the nails and actually smooth out the top of the nails as well, just like I'm doing right now. So by the time that I go in with the hand file, I'm just very minimal work that I have to put in, so that it really helps me with the shoulder pains and the carpal tunnel, and actually speed up my process a lot faster. So a lot of time people say, how do you get your set to be how to finish a set of nails faster, make sure application. And again, when we practice on how to do nails, cut them nails down. Do not practice on a super long nails, okay? When you guys are practicing on long nails, it's like we're struggling on how to pick up the right bead. We're struggling on the length of the nail. So only short nails. Practice on short nails first. It make your life a lot easier. And then this is how I shape my nails. I divide the nails in 3 equal parts, and I just focus on the top area first, make sure that's nice and tapered, and then I work towards my second area, which is the middle, and then I'll work towards the tip of the area, just like that. That way I can control how much I take off on each section, because sometimes I notice a lot of people, their nails will be like super wide at the tip, at the near the nail bed, and super narrow at the tip. So make sure when you guys are shaped, it works for me, okay? I naturally divide it in 3 sections, and I work my way towards the tip, like just around the nail bed first, and then the midsection, and then the third at the tip of the nails. And then once that's done, I just kind of finish it off by one long stroke to bring it all together, just like that. And then of course, make sure we check to see the nails on the bottom as well. You can see that it's kind of like a little bit thicker, and then we're gonna go in with the 5-1 cross bit and just kind of blend it on. We're gonna go in and kind of file at the tip of the nails to make sure that they're all even, okay? And then we make sure we flip it around as well and remove anything that's stuck to the bottom of the nails. Make sure we do remove that, or else the client's gonna be like, oh, why do I have some stuff stuck underneath my nails? And I'm using a blossom gel, okay? So after that's done, we're gonna shape, file, and buffer blossom gel and transfer gel today. And to use the transfer gel, brush it on just like regular gel, and make sure that you over cure the transfer gel. Anytime you don't cure it long enough and you press on your transfer, you try to transfer a design over, it won't take the whole design, and the gel actually gets really gooey and sticky. So make sure, if you're unsure if your lamp is strong enough or you over cure, if you cure them long enough, just hit another 30 seconds just to make sure that it's cured long enough, okay? Make sure you have to cure it long enough, or else this design won't transfer over. Okay, now I'm gonna cure this for at least 60 seconds, and once that is done, we're gonna use a transfer foil. And these foils, I actually bought it on Amazon. I get a lot of my nail art stuff from Amazon, and I'm gonna press it down, and I'll make sure I just rub it in, and you see how that is just transferred directly over. And I only wanted that part because I didn't want the whole design on the whole nail, because I just want like a little bit of it, so it'd be like the heart area. So we're gonna create like a little heart out of this, so make sure we don't put it on the whole nail, okay? So now I'm gonna go in with the matted top coat, okay? Now that's done, we're gonna go in with a matted top coat, and then once that is on, we're gonna cure it under the light for 30 seconds. But of course, if you guys follow me, I always kind of wipe off the excess just a little bit on the edges before I cure them, so it can keep the shape of the nails. I'm gonna go in with the white gel liner art, and I'm just gonna paint my heart like this. You see, just go in and paint the hearts on. And a lot of time, I tell you guys a lot in my video, the reason why we have to do the matte top coat is because when I paint on my design, my lines will be a lot more smooth, more sharp. Okay, so always trust me on this one. If you guys are just doing like a line, if you guys are doing line works, make sure give it a matte top coat. Unless you guys are working with pigment, then make sure you do a clear top coat. I mean a shiny top coat. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in and draw my little hearts, and while the gel is still wet, okay, do not cure the gel. The gel is wet. I'm gonna add some hand soap in a bottle, and I'm gonna shake it up and causing all these bubbles, right? All these bubbles, and I'm gonna squeeze the bubbles directly on top of the wet gel. And if like it's sliding off like that, or like some spot missing, you can actually move the bubbles with your hand. You see, move it and put it on top of them. Make sure it covers the whole design. While the bubbles are on top of the gel, the wet gel, want to cure it under the lamp as well to make sure it cures. And you see
once it's cured, you can wipe it off instantly, and it gives you that like bubbles effect. And then we're going to use a blossom gel on the rest of the nails, because now we're doing the other bubbles. So blossom gel on the nail, and I'm going to use, while the blossom gel is still wet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a white marble ink. If you guys don't have marble ink, alcohol ink works as well, but I don't know how vibrant the white is going to be. So this is the Notpolish marble ink, and I'm going to drop it directly on top of the wet blossom gel, and you can see that the blossom gel instantly will bloom out the dots, making it look real bubbly. Okay, bubble, lots of bubbles. I didn't realize how much I missed just doing this type of video. So much easier. I thought I could switch it up a little bit, make it a little bit more interesting, but dang, that thing was hard. It was hard to remember. Okay, now once that is done, make sure we cure it under the light long enough, at least 1 minute, at least 60 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys what happened on the pinky, right? You see how it kind of smear? So make sure when you apply on the top coat, it doesn't matter if you're doing shiny or like matte, make sure when you put on the top coat, do not drag it so hard. Don't apply too much pressure when you guys are brushing it on top of the bubbles, because what happened is you will smear the ink. So make sure you go to, when you put on the top coat on the nails, make sure you kind of gently brush it over the design, okay? Because you can see the difference in the index and then the pinky, right? The pinky, I apply a lot more pressure to drag it off the nails, causing all that smear. And then I use the Notpolish rhinestone gel to apply on my gem, and then I use a gel sealer to seal off the big rhinestone, and then you can go in with the shiny top coat for the middle if you want. If you don't want to, we can keep it matte, but this is the finished look.